welcome to Live It Up once again. And today we have another Donna, and we have Linda, and they are with firstcompanypink.com. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Oh, we're amazing.
So we're going to be talking about breast health. We're going to be talking about our boobs. We're going to be talking about girl things, about being pretty and getting checked. So what is First Company Pink?
First Company Pink is an official charity that I started 6 years ago being a survivor. And we're very focused on early prevention, meaning we want to know what's causing the cancer before it happens. We're partnered with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation first, early prevention. But there's something else exciting we've done. We've taken First Company Pink to a whole nother level with a campaign called Got Checked, which is our call to action, which brings results.
Now, Linda, so I was going to say, Linda, so what is Got Checked?
I have to say something before I even talk about Got Checked.
Okay.
First and foremost, I have to thank you, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart, because honestly, it's people like you, since we did your radio show previously, it's people like you that are giving us this opportunity to speak. They're changing the world for the youth out there, because that's what Got Checked is.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Donna Drake cares about youth. That's what I say.
There you go.
Thank you very much. I do. My mom passed away from breast cancer. My two aunts, her sisters, are longtime survivors, 20 years plus, both of them. And I'm a mother of a daughter myself. And so I just really feel like, you know, together, like you said, there's so much that we could do way before.
Way before.
You know, I don't like broccoli, but you know, I was told that eating broccoli helps.
Fantastic for it,
right?
Yes.
So, but you have different ways that you're implementing your messages. You know, you've got a CD, you've got a book. Like, you know, what is your program about? How can people get involved with you?
Basically, what happened with Got Checked is we wanted to really give a voice to this campaign. As we see, you know, it was done with AIDS, you know, there is a mandate in school, it's being taught, you know, in a strong way. This is what we are looking for. We are a political movement besides just, it's more than breast cancer for us.
Okay.
It's really the fact that, you know, we need our women to be covered from age 15 when they get breast up until they're 90 or whatever the age is. So we felt like there was really a gap in generations, because we start talking to women about breast cancer when they're 30, and we have now women that are dying at 28. So there's something is missing. And the missing part is really the education part, the early education. And this is what me personally, I scream out of the mountaintops that there needs to be a mandate in New York State for breast health into schools. And so now we are working with politicians. We have one of the senators, Phil Boyle, God bless him.
I love Phil Boyle.
Phil Boyle
is fantastic.
Phil Boyle for president someday.
Phil Boyle, oh my God, you took the words out of my mouth. Phil Boyle.
He believed in Got Checked.
He believed in Got Checked.
And put his stamp on it and awarded us a breast health grant. So that we're actually in the
He made it
community
happen
in
into
Suffolk
schools.
County. We're in the schools right now, working with our high schoolers.
And what is the program like? So a high school would invite you, and they would say, "Hey, Donna and Linda, please come to us." And then what is the presentation about?
So the presentation is one of a kind. We took everything and flipped it over, basically, and made it approachable and subliminally effective for youth. Because this is for a 15-year-old. A 15-year-old doesn't want to talk about, you know, heavy-duty manual stuff.
Right.
They want, you know, easy, fun, and comprehensive to their, you know, they apply to them. Whether you use Bitmojis, which we do use, we use Snapchat, we use, you know, social media.
We speak their language.
We speak their language.
Great.
Keep their attention.
You see our campaign, we get it down, we got our hashtags. We we start our program with a video, a hip-hop video. As you see, we have a Stay Pretty, we have a CD now out, and right after the video plays, you know, their mouths are open and they're ready. They're ready to really, and it's an interactive thing. We involve them. We really seek their help in giving them power to fight back. It's not an instruction. We're not instructive. We're two women, and we always tell the girls, this is you in 30, 40 years.
Yeah, with your best buddy.
Exactly.
So it works.
Okay.
It just works. And it's very simple. We have a pledge that we make them sign. The main things in the pledge are, for example, first thing, you go home tonight, you discuss family history. Very simple, but you know what? You know how effective it is to go home and know if you're BRCA positive or if your parents, you know, to know your facts. Like I said, hereditary, you know, the hereditary factor is incredibly important. So after that, self-breast exam, I found my lump. Myself. So I still feel that it's really important to know your breast tissue, to know all the changes. And we flipped it and we, you know, conceived a breast navigator. So instead of, the usual. So everything is like for the millennials.
We made it new and current, so they'd be able to understand and work with it in current times. We didn't make it so clinical. We made it more approachable.
Yes.
And given them the responsibility to go home to the parent and say, hey, Mama, have you had your mammogram? And they get a yes or a no from them. they feel like rock stars. They feel like they have a responsibility. It's something
they
that's
do.
so important.
I
You know,
think
we
what you're
took the
doing,
responsibility off of the parents. 'Cause
Right.
God bless these parents. They're just busy
Right.
trying to raise a family, put dinner on the table, and most of them are working 2 jobs. They're not really thinking about this time, oh, I should be talking to my children about, you know, breast health and our family history. They're just not doing it.
That's our
So we
job.
took the information, gave it to the children, gave them the responsibility. So it's twofold. It's a win-win
Right.
for both.
It's not just the birds and the bees, you know, it's the birds, the bees, and the boobs.
Yes.
You know, like for
Everything.
women, I really think that that's very important. I remember getting my special package in the mail, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got
Oh
the
my
care
goodness.
box, remember? And you open, because you guys are around the same age as I am. You open it up and, you know, like you said, it was very clinical. It had a sample of this, a sample of this, a sample of that, right? But you need to know that as a woman, these are the different things in your life that you're going to be facing. You
Right.
know, it's not just not getting pregnant when you're a teenager. It's so many other things about
Developing
your
good habits
female
early.
health.
Like Linda says, good habits early. When we give a child a toothbrush at 2 years old, we know they're not going to brush their teeth, but they get familiar with
You're
what it
raised in
is,
it, Yep. yeah.
what to do with it. Good habits going forward. So when they're 18 and they're out in college and there's no more safety net and the parents aren't poking at them, right? Go make your doctor's appointment. Go have. It's familiar to them. It's not awkward for them to touch their breast. We should be touching our breasts right now. It should be natural, not awkward
Right.
and uncomfortable.
And it's still awkward for a lot of them. This is
Yeah.
why they find themselves at 28 clueless, because it's
Yep.
really not consistent. It's inconsistent. And that's why, you know, for us, when we go home every day, every time we have a workshop and we have 300 new organics followers on Instagram, which are these kids.
Yeah.
You're
now
making
we
a difference. You really
not only
are.
that, but we have them consistently in our, you know, in our lifestyle.
Like,
now.
so the
They're tied
workshop
to
doesn't
us.
end, and then they go home, and we're gone. It's a non-issue.
Right.
So
They're
lifestyle.
following us. They're keeping. So in other words, they're keeping abreast of what we're doing. It's a constant. with
Constant
them.
contact.
You know, it doesn't go out of their minds. It's a constant thing, and we're constantly evolving. We have the book, we have the video, we're working
We have a
on
new
an app.
song. We have
We're working on an
Congratulations,
app
working on an
now.
guys, really,
Anything
seriously.
they need, all the tools they might need,
Yep.
so they can never say no. There's
There
no
you
reason
go.
for them to say, I can't get checked, I'm not having a conversation, because we're giving you something that would appeal to them on whatever level they may be at, age appropriately or not.
And I was going to say, and for all ages, you know,
Yeah.
let's face it, like, you know, sometimes even people that are middle-aged or older, you get lazy, you get lackadaisical. You're like, oh, yeah, I got checked last year, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
That's the
but you're
scariest
not.
thing.
So this
Most
is
of our
great.
women are not.
Yeah, they're not
Most
doing
of they're
it.
just either fear-based or ignorant. Neither one is.
That was me, 41. I waited.
Yeah.
I had this bullet
have-
on the side of my.
Right. We
I
have
was
two
walking around
opposite
town
stories.
with it.
Linda, God bless, she found her lump on the side of her breast. She wasn't mindful. Her mother had passed. My mother had breast cancer. I was aware of it early on. I started going for mammographies at 30 years old when you're able to. And I found out through a sonogram. At the time, I didn't even know sonogram or mammogram, but that's what applied to me. So in other words, I did the early detection. I paid attention. Linda didn't.
Right.
Okay, but we're both, thank God we're both here, but two different diagnoses. She was,
But this is why I always say, right? I said obviously the awareness campaign was not, because I lived here since
Yeah.
1991, was not approachable
Wasn't
to me because I
effective.
don't
It
remember
wasn't effective.
anything. So it's not effective for everybody. That's why
Right.
we have to try every
love it.
venue and start early.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yes, it does.
I
It makes
feel it's
complete
so-
sense. It absolutely does. And I applaud you both for everything that you're doing. You're so passionate. You know, you're out there, you're in
You know
the
what?
trenches,
We
you're making
feel
a
it's
difference.
responsibility.
So if
and
the high
we
school
do
wanted
this-
to, I was going to say, if they wanted to, you know, it's our responsibility
Yeah.
as
The millennials,
people.
we
Right.
love them. We need
We
them.
do.
Yeah, we can't
They're
just-
gonna
They
run the
are our
country soon.
future, right? They're our future. We
cannot
want to see
dismiss
them
them.
live happy and
Absolutely.
healthy. So,
Yes.
how can, if a high school wants to reach out to you, how can they do so? Through your website?
We have two websites.
Okay.
Gotchecknow.com, firstcompanypink.org.
Great.
And there's information on there. We're both
the
transparent. Our
workshops, yeah.
phone numbers are out there. Our websites are available for information. We're available to speak to anytime. You know,
we love
we
what
take
we do.
calls
So
all day long.
you can come
you
to,
know.
you can knock on my door.
There you go.
You know, we're just passionate and it's genuine. It comes from within because we've been through it and we see it every day. There's a phone call coming in, someone else is diagnosed, we minister to women, we talk them through, whatever it may be, but we really are not for aftercare because we want to put that whole area out of business.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
no
so important now
aftercare.
and relevant.
Right, exactly.
It's
Find it early.
relevant now. We know that. But how about there's no aftercare, which means there's no more breast cancer, which would be fabulous.
It would be
and we know
fabulous.
we have a big beast to conquer. We know we're going to have some resistance, but it's okay. We're just going to keep pushing forward. You know, we're evolving quickly.
We're making strides. We're in
Yeah.
a very good place right now. We are working, like I said, with a few politicians on getting a National Gut Check Day. You know, we have a National Chihuahua Day. We need a National Gut Check Day to remind,
Yeah, what
you
day
know.
do you guys want that to be? Let's say June 3rd
Not
is my
October.
birthday.
Oh.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
actually
June
were
3rd. June 3rd. I'll help you try to get that. There you go.
We were actually thinking April or June.
Let's go for June.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for
the kids
joining
are in
us.
school, and you know, every
National
time,
Get Checked.
yeah,
Right?
National Get Checked
exactly.
Day.
Imagine
All
that,
right.
National
With
Gun
a
Check Day.
question
Why
mark.
not?
All right, live it up's behind it 100%.
Call to action.
All right, let's do it. Okay, there
Thank
you
you.
go.
Thank you,
But
Donna.
get checked. We know that we have viewers all over the world, so we hope you enjoyed this segment. Have these conversations with your teenagers.
Thank you.
Invite them to your high schools. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope that you have the best and healthiest year ever. Thanks for watching Live It Up.